welcome back to Raw Doing Stuff. We're up at the cabin again, and today we're going to be messing around with some turkeys. So what I'm going to do, I got two of these 12-pound turkeys. I'm going to brine one of them and not brine the other. They are pre-brined. Some people say you do need to pre-brine them, brine them anyway. Some people say don't brine them. I've always brined them and they come out great. They're tender, moist, all that kind of stuff that you want. But we're going to find out today if brining the turkey makes any difference. So this one we're going to brine, and we're going to let it sit for probably 12 to 24 hours is what I recommend. 24 is best. We'll probably be about 18 to 20 hours on this one, but we're just going to use a real simple brine because we don't want to put any different flavors really into it. We just want the taste of the bird and to see if this makes it more moist. So a basic brine recipe, I've got a couple tablespoons of black pepper, about 1/4 to 1/2 cup of brown sugar, and 1.5 cups of salt. And I'm going to dump that into my water here. And then I've also got in here, I've got 1/4 cup of Worcestershire sauce, and I've got 2 tablespoons of minced garlic in there. So we're going to get all that in there. We're going to mix this up. And I already have 1 gallon of water in my bucket here, so we're going to put this one in with it. So you need 2 gallons of water. It's a real simple brine, but it works really well. It'll make your bird nice and moist, and we're going to find out today if it really is a necessary step or if I've just been wasting my time all these years. So get that good and mixed up so all your salt and everything's mixed into there. Then we're going to go ahead and dump this into our bucket. Just like so. And we're going to take our bird and put the bird into the bucket. We're going to make sure it's fully submersed, like so. And that's all there is to it, to a simple brine. Now we're just going to put a lid on this. It's snowy outside at the cabin today, so we're just going to go bury it in a snowbank so it'll stay nice and cool. And we'll check back on it here in about, like I say, 18 to 20 hours when we put them on the smoker. Alright guys, so we've got our turkeys here. This is the one we did not brine. This is the one we did brine. I pulled this out of the brine a couple minutes ago. I rinsed it off. I got all the excess salt and everything off of it. And now I'm going to finish up getting these ready to go. I'll show you how I do that. So I'm going to do them both exactly the same so that I can, so we can see if brining helps, if it's even necessary. I can already tell you this was a 12.43 pound bird. This is a 12.35, so almost identical. This one you can tell is plumped up a lot more than this one is. So that's kind of interesting. So anyway, let's get going on this. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do, I've got in this bowl, I've got lemons, apples, onions, all chopped up, and we're going to get those stuffed inside these turkeys. You just want to pack those in there just as tight as you can get it down in there. And this just adds some moisture. I haven't found that the vegetables you use really make a huge difference. You're just trying to add moisture. It's kind of like a beer can chicken, you know. In fact, I've done chickens this way and it's actually really good. It helps to add moisture to the bird as it cooks. Helps it cook more evenly because you don't have a big empty space in there. I just get as much in there as I possibly can when I do this, just like that. Okay. Now next thing we got to do is we're gonna get these injected. So I have right here, I have butter, melted butter. That's what I'm going to inject these birds with. And now when I inject these, I'll show you, I don't go straight through the skin. I come through on this end, and then I just kind of move it around, because I didn't reach all the way down to here. You can see that plump up, but that way I'm not poking holes in the skin and that I don't need to. So I've injected with a lot of things, and I actually, with turkeys, I like the butter the best. That's where the old tender timer was, right there. You want to get rid of those. You can see that breast just plump up like that. Then I take in the legs and I go down through here, and sometimes it's kind of hard to get it through there and stay underneath the skin, but that way you don't poke a hole in the skin down there. You can see that just plump up. Just fill that up with some butter. It's going to make that so moist and so good. You just get this down in this leg like this. You see it just plump that up. That's what we want. If you hold your hand there for a second, that butter kind of solidifies, and then it'll stay up in there. That one's pretty not want to stay up in there. There we go. Okay. Now we're going to come down here in these thighs. We're going to get some butter in those. And we're going to get some butter in these. Just like that. And then we're going to move on to the next one and do it exactly the same. Alright, so the next thing we got to do is put our seasoning on here. I have some cornstarch in here that helps the skin get crispy, and then just salt and pepper. We're just going simple today, so that we can tell the difference, if the brine makes the difference or not, is what we're really trying to figure out here. Okay, so the last thing we got to do before we put these on the smoker, I like to just tie these legs together. It holds all them apples and onions and stuff like that in there. So I just tie a knot in one end and then just kind of wrap it around here a few times. Just like that. Now we just got to do the other one. Okay, and that's it. We're ready to put these on the smoker. So we've got this smoker heated up to 300, 350 degrees, which is about where you want it to start your turkey. So what we're going to do is, when we first put these turkeys in, what we need, my door to stay open here for me. So this is the brined turkey. We're going to keep it on this side so we can keep it separate. Now you want to take these, lost a little bit of our filling, but that's okay. Won't hurt anything. We're going to put them in here with the breast side down to start. That allows all those juices and everything to run down into the breast, okay? From the dark meat, from those apples, all the butter, everything. We want as much moisture in those breasts as we can get. This is the way I've done turkey the last few times I've done it. It's turned out really well. The only thing I'm testing this time, I want to know if that brining makes a difference, if I'm wasting my time. So anyway, we're going to let these roll at about 350, and we're going to let those go for probably about half hour, maybe 45 minutes. and then we're going to come in and we're going to flip them over so the breast side is up. So we're going to go to that point, and I'll come back and check with you as soon as we get there. All right, guys, had our turkeys in here about an hour. We're going to take a look here, get our lovely assistant to hold the door open for us.
Up.
Look at those birds. They're looking good.
Bet you want some of that.
It's time to flip these things over. So I'm just going to get in here. Lose a few more of our apples there. We're just going to flip them. Just like that. And get it to stand up. It's not going to want to stand up straight. That's good enough. Now we're going to get our probe here. It's going in that one. We've got another one here. It's going in this one. When these hit 160 degrees, then they'll be ready to come off. So we're just going to let them roll. About 250 to 300 degrees is where we're running right now. That's right where we want it right now. And we'll be back to check on them here when we hit 160 degrees.
Aye, Scout.
Alright guys, so we've got our turkey here. This is our brine turkey, our unbrined turkey. We're going to cut into this. It's been resting here for a bit. What I'm going to do is take one of these breasts off each one of them and cut it up. Then we'll have our taste testers come in, see what they think. Alright guys, so we had all of our taste testers come in. We tasted the brine bird, the unbrined bird. Synopsis is, the brine bird is much moister than the unbrined bird. As far as flavor and all that kind of stuff goes, they taste identical, but the brine bird definitely has more moisture in it. So from now on, I'll be brining my turkeys. If you like what you see, give us a thumbs up and a like. We had like 4 or 5 different people taste these, and everybody liked the brine bird better. So if you like what you see, give us a thumbs up and a like, and we'll see you on the next one.